Ink therapy, ink therapy, ink therapy, ink therapy.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's a therapy session. This is episode 7 with 2shawt. What's good, my guy?
What's going on? Dad?
Yeah, we here.
How you been?
Been good, bro. Staying focused. How you been?
Man, I've been making it. Been cruising.
Yeah. You just literally came from doing a tattoo, huh?
Yes.
And it's 8 o'clock at night,
Yep.
day before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
The grind don't stop.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
It can't stop, man. This is a lifestyle choice. So you
Yeah.
gotta keep it going no matter what or when.
Yeah. Now I feel that some people try to say that tattooing isn't a lifestyle, but I honestly feel that tattooing is a lifestyle, man, because my whole life is consumed by tattooing and everything else around it.
Yeah. It's view it like that. It's a commitment. Cause it's not something that you can turn off. It's a trade that is forever with you. So it's like knowledge that can be passed down and you're always trying to get better at it. So yeah, it's a lifestyle choice, bro.
Right. Now that's big because, a lot of people step into this trade thinking that is all sweet. It's like, oh, I'm just going to be drawing and I'm going to be hanging out and having fun. And then they realize that like their weekends are consumed. Every day is consumed by tattooing. There is no real free time in between if you're like really into it. Now, there's some people that like maybe might do 1 or 2 tattoos a week, like part-time tattoo artists. I don't know. There's like, that's a thing now,
Yeah.
But someone like yourself and me, this is all day, every day.
Yeah, it don't stop, man. You gotta do something because this is how you eat. It's like, man, you can't do anything else. All of the money is generated from your actual efforts. You're not like, doing some stuff and then off some days and still creating the paycheck. No,
Right.
it's like, I don't put in that work. I don't eat.
Right. You gotta eat. And you got mouths to feed. You got a son.
Yep.
Take it you got a girl as well.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that the son is a major focus. That's enough, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course. I'm gonna be the best dad I can be.
Man, I'm pretty sure you are, bro. I'm pretty sure you are. So you've been tattooing since 2015?
Yeah. I've been tattooing for about like 10 years now.
Wow.
So yep, 2015.
Yeah,
So,
that's a stretch.
yeah.
And how has that process been for you?
There's been some trials and tribulations to it. Just like with anything, if you're doing it for a long time, you actually love it. Not all of it is like sunshine and like fields of marigolds or whatever.
Right.
I mean, there's gonna be some valleys and you're gonna be swept by the tile on some things, but you just gotta climb up out of it, stay focused and keep going.
Right. Gotta stay focused, bro. Gotta keep going. So what's your origin story?
So I went to school at Overton, right?
Mm-hmm.
So performing arts, all that. During like graduation, from that time, hanging with friends,
Yeah.
we used to kind of do some stuff we weren't supposed to, which was like tattoo.
Yeah. It was definitely. How old was you?
We were super young, 17. So
Yeah.
I didn't do too much of the tattooing. I tried it out, but I was like, yeah, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
So I tried on probably like 2 tattoos, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
That's crazy, y'all. Where'd y'all get this equipment from?
YouTube. Folks made it. Folks made it from YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like the little jailhouse tattoo machine.
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy and stuff that we kind of practiced on.
Uh,
But his cousin was the first one to like initially kind of put me on as far as like, man, this is what you need to do. But I kind of disregarded it.
mm-hmm.
So later on, after I finished, well, I didn't finish, but I had to leave
Yeah.
school because I didn't have no money for it. So I had to leave school, came back home, worked at FedEx, and I was like, this shit ain't cutting it. I need something else in my life. You know, something that's kind of I can connect with so I can do it.
Right.
And then it kind of became about the money at first. Cause I was like, man, my partner's cousin, he showed me like how much money he was making and stuff. I was like, oh shit. Let me kind of, I'm sorry, can I cuss?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, oh shit, let me kind of get on that. So I started doing it for a little minute. And then I was like, oh shit, I actually give a shit about what I actually want to put on people.
Right. No, that's important.
Exactly. So then I went ahead and kind of looked around different shops and tried to get an apprenticeship. And like everybody was telling me no, except for like the last shop,
Yeah.
which was the shop I originally apprenticed at. Well, the shop I apprenticed at, which is called Flipside Tattoo.
Okay.
It's off Hacks Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think it's still out there, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I was looking at it over there. Yeah, that's cool. So they gave you opportunity.
Yep.
You didn't give up on the first no, and
Yeah, no, I didn't. I had a good portfolio and it was crazy. It was I think it was a shop in was it Minglewood? I think it was Minglewood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember one of the guys' names, but he was like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you really want this, even though I'm not giving you a shot, you're gonna find a way to get into this.
Right. Yeah.
And so because he was kind of real with me on that, it motivated me to kind of keep looking around.
Yeah, that's hard though. That's important that someone still they said no, but they were like, yo, with your passion, you're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Shout outs to him, whoever he was.
Yeah.
Because he probably doesn't remember me.
Yeah, I had the same situation, man. I was trying to find an apprenticeship and I was getting no. I just think that a lot of people, and I think it's still to this day, a lot of people don't want to take on apprentices.
They do. It's a bit of a hassle where it can be.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And we talk about that a little bit more later on down the line. So you got into your first shop. And how was it a paid apprenticeship?
Yeah, I had to pay for the apprenticeship. Mine was like $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually standard for like, tattoo shops. Some shops is dependent on the person that is apprenticing you on if it is paid, unpaid, or however the setup is.
Right.
But you have to understand, you have to pay those dues. Like you have to work that off. It's not, oh, let me give you this knowledge where you could potentially, and I say potentially,
Right.
make buku's amount of money and work on like people's actually skin, causing them any type of trauma, all of this. Like you have to pay dues for that type of knowledge, man. It's not just free. No one just gives it to you.
No. And even if it's, let's say a mentor decides to give an apprenticeship for free, monetary value, you still have to pay dues in the shop, like keeping the shop clean, cleaning up after the mentor, they might even ask you to go do store runs or go get supplies for the shop or, answer the phone, all kind of stuff around the shop that helps,
Exactly. It's literally an internship.
Yeah.
The same stuff that that the artist literally has to do for themselves, that's what you place on the apprentice. Is for them to get accustomed to the behaviors and activities associated with actually working in the shop or the shop environment.
Right.
Some people, they last, some people, they don't.
Right. Well, some people start to think that it's like a form of hazing or something, but you got to think that apprenticeships before were way harsher and the artist expected more out of the apprentice. Nowadays, it's a cakewalk.
Yeah. It's definitely changed. What is it? My apprenticeship, I had to like build literal like rooms and stuff because the guy who apprenticed me, he had a background in like kind of construction.
Yeah, like carpentry or something like that. Yeah.
So we had to do a lot of stuff, and as well tend to the other artists in the shop, because with an apprenticeship you're gonna be around other artists and stuff. So you're gonna pick up things from other artists, not
Right.
just the one that you're actually learning.
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
because it's a community contribution, especially if you're the one that's like they have to come behind you if you make any mistakes.
Exactly.
'Cause that's a huge lot.
And there's going to be mistakes made, and that's okay. That's a part of, paying the dues and understanding like, hey, we're letting you get this opportunity to tattoo, and anything that comes bad behind it is on me. But I'm okay with that because I know that you're my apprentice and I'm willing to fix that or, vouch that I could, fix it or all of the above. But the other thing is like this is more than just like teaching people how to tattoo. And you kind of mentioned this is okay, tattooing nowadays anybody could find out how to tattoo just by the YouTube University. I think it's about being an artist, being a person that can run a tattoo business, being able to operate in the tattoo industry. I think that's more of the insight that we're providing apprentices and how to do that correctly.
Yeah, most definitely. Because you got to be able to navigate which clients are, when you get to this part, which clients are for you and which clients are not for you. Because there are certain clients and stuff that are their own anxiousness or whatever kind of get in the way of them being comfortable in an environment to get tattooed.
Right.
So you can't let that dictate it. You have to take control of the environment, reassure them, and kind of sometimes it depends on your approach. I kind of try to make light of the whole situation because you get people that's nervous, but I believe like, you nervous, jittery and stuff, like the best solution to that is relaxation, essentially like comedy or like taking that attention away. 'Cause I have a TV in my office space and that's at Lonely Star. And it's basically for, people to kind of get a home feel in the environment that they're in because I got a bright light and everything shining up.
Yeah.
That's not comfortable at all.
No, it feels like doctor office a little bit.
Exactly. But yep.
I feel that though. With guiding apprentices through this experience, the thing is, the clients, because every client is different.
Mhm.
And even quoting clients, giving quotes, giving consultations, talking to clients through via DM or the phone or however, each one is different. And you got to be able to read that. And that only comes through with experience. And the best experience is to watch someone else do it.
Yep. See how they kind of navigate those difficulties.
Yeah.
That way you can kind of take your own approach, learn how to feel out their client, and, get done ultimately what they're asking for.
Yeah. So you've apprenticed several different people. How many apprentices have you had?
I would say probably one legitly that kind of made it through, probably like one or two.
And how was that being a mentor?
For the overall experience,
Yeah.
with those people that actually made it.
So the people that actually made it is two. How many people have like tried?
Probably around like 4.
Yeah.
It's challenging because you have to get adjusted to the actual person that you're trying to tattoo, and it's hard because a lot of times they don't take themselves out of their own mindset. So it's like they put a lot of pressure on themselves to get something a certain way, when in actuality, the only way you're gonna get used to it or better is repetition. So you want to, in my opinion, you want to get those mess ups or fuck ups out of the way, and you want to do it in practice.
Right.
You don't want to do it on the skin. You just want to get comfortable with the tools that you're using.
Right.
Like the drawing, it's gonna come. Design, because we're basically following our own marks at the end of the day when we're actually doing the tattoo.
Mm.
But when you're just starting out, it's just like any other like artistic medium. You have to know the tools that you're using. If you don't, you're not gonna get the desired effect.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And that's the goal, is to like get that desired or that obsession with tattooing. Cause then you start to get more comfortable once you like, obsessed about this. You're like, okay, I kind of got this figured out. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I could do, you know, the best job, but you start to feel more comfortable because you done did it through repetition.
Yeah.
But yeah, me as a mentor, yeah, it's definitely challenging. And I feel you with that, having, giving apprentices that self-worth, or making them feel like they're confident enough to do the task, because like the client will understand or will feel that if this person isn't confident enough for doing that tattoo or not.
Yes, man. I would say my first ever tattoo in the shop, but it wasn't like a friend, a relative, or whatnot. Uh, I I was eager to get on it, but I was somewhat nervous,
Yeah.
and he wasn't really pleased with it, with what came out of it. So the guy that apprenticed me had to go behind me and do all that,
Mhm.
like kind of adjust it or do something,
Right.
that kind of please him.
Yeah. It'd be like that.
Yeah.
But you think that it's because you was nervous a little bit?
It might have been because I was still like getting used to the machine and everything. And I think what it really was my design.
Yeah.
Cause you gotta learn how to, man, especially when you're just starting out, you gotta learn how to tell some people no. Like,
Mm.
hey, you want a little bit too much. So I ain't do
Yeah.
that.
No, that's
Tried
hard.
to do as much as I could. So
Y-
we just do.
It's hard to tell, a client no. And what I'm starting to realize is it's not just about telling the client no, but it's to give them your expertise in the field of how that tattoo might look. So maybe taking out some of the design aspects of it to make it more legible as a tattoo. And you're just talking to them and like explaining, well, these elements might crowd the design. So I feel like if we took some of these out and made some of these bigger or spotlighted some of these, you know, it would make a better tattoo design. And, it's just having that conversation. But you don't learn that early on.
No, yep. You like, oh, I'm finna do just some fire shit. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to, put myself out there. Okay, yeah. Need to be careful with it, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I see a lot of people, some of my apprentices as well, like just so excited to do the tattoo that they just say yeah. And then when they're in it, they're like, man, I probably could have redesigned this or made this more legible. I think even for me, 10 years into the game, um, I'm trying to leave more open space in my tattoos. I used to be like trying to like make the tattoo as much design aspects and, you know, put as much as I possibly can into the design. But now I'm trying to like, I want my tattoo to be as readable as possible from like a distance.
Yeah,
And I think that comes with the longevity of the tattoo as well, is like if it's packed with so much stuff, especially like a lot of blacks, especially on darker skin as well, it's not as legible.
no. Because you're just gonna see it from far away as like this kind of weird smudge. And you're like, what is that?
Right.
So I completely understand. Not trying to oversaturate, trying to get that good balance.
And it all comes with that design. It all starts with the design.
Facts.
So, as a mentor, you ever had a problem holding artists accountable?
Kind of unsure about it.
Yeah.
I want to say no, because if it's one on one with that person, I'm usually trying to tell them, this is what I would have done in this area right here. Or maybe, try this a little bit. Some parts, probably, yeah. Because I want them to, you're trying to encourage them, right? You
Right.
don't want to discourage it. You're trying to motivate them to keep going. Like, some mess ups, people don't take it the same
No.
way. You have to have in my opinion, you have to have a certain mentality when you're like a tattoo artist. It's like, just keep going. Just keep try again, try to learn from what you messed up, and then try to keep doing it. Yeah.
And I like that. You're right. You have to try to build them up. You can't tear them down. I think there's have to be a balance. But, some people aren't able to take criticism. And being an apprentice, you're going to have to take a lot of criticism because starting off, you're starting at ground zero.
Yeah. From scratch.
And if you have been tattooing, you probably started tattooing at the house and you have a lot of bad habits. And then you got to change all of those. And that's going to be a lot of criticism going to how to change all of those bad habits.
Man, that's one of the things I've learned with not even my apprentice, but like trying to help certain artists. It's like certain apprentices, they're artists now, but like trying to get them to like get away from what they were doing to learn and get accustomed to like some of the more traditional things in tattooing, just so they can come back to what they were trying to do. But they're like, I don't want to do that at all. It's like, well, I mean, there's a benefit to learning it. That way, it's a little more of a technical aspect. Like I was a big coil person. And there's a certain, I think people call it like a bog or something like that. That feel you get when you're like tattooing with the bar opposed to like the cartridge.
Yeah.
And
You don't feel that.
No, you don't feel that with the rotary pin and everything, man. Or it's like a really faint feeling compared. So it's hard to kind of feel that out. And it's like, well, if you have a better sense of tattooing when you can like use one of your other senses to kind of find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Opposed to just your eyes.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I started off tattooing with the coil. Last couple of years, I've transitioned to using rotary, and that's the one thing is that like that bog that I miss. That would let you know like how well that needle is hitting the skin, or if that technique is going right with that coil, you'll feel it, or you hear the machine like, okay, yeah, that's where it's at. But
Tuning that junk.
Mhm.
He's like, oh yeah.
As the times progress and machines get better, I'll go along with the waves of tattooing because it is so much more convenient. Like wireless is so nice to like wrap everything, just wrap the machine, pick a cartridge and go. That's pretty convenient. Not gonna lie.
And I'm like, I still miss it, but I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah. Nah, I definitely started to feel like I was getting carpal tunnel from my coil, but it is what it is. I think that comes with tattooing as well. But I feel like since that I've transitioned to using rotaries, I feel like, health wise and everything is way better. Trying to focus on proper, you know, um tattoo stance and making sure my posture is correct. I know before I used to try to like get in there.
I already knew what you was getting at. I already knew you was
Yeah, yeah.
that back pain. It's just now really setting in with me. I was like, bruh, why is my lower back hurting so bad? The shop owner I'm with now, he's one of the guys that kind of like guiding me at the first shop I was at. Man, he was like, man, you gotta do like certain exercise and stuff.
Yeah,
It
you
just
do.
Yep, it just started helping me. And I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, yeah. I do a lot of yoga, and that helps. It's different stretches and things, warm ups and things. It's for the younger apprentices, the younger artists. Take care of your back.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself because it will deteriorate, and you have to focus on it now.
Man, If you don't, it's just gonna go downhill from there.
Yeah.
Especially you hit 30.
Yeah.
Knees go out, your back go out. You know good. You know good. What you gonna do? Nothing.
Yeah, I mean,
Roll a chair everywhere? Nah.
so yeah, you know, you gotta take care of yourself now because if this is your livelihood, you want it to be able to go on for, you know, many more years.
Exactly. Man, it's hard to get insurance on your hands. Let me just tell you that.
Yeah.
So you want to take care of yourself as much as possible. You can make it to that whatever retirement age of tattooing that you're trying to get to.
Yeah, that's for sure. That is for sure. So how do you feel about, you know, apprentices leaving after they don't got their license?
I love it, to be honest with you. Cause then it shows a level of growth and confidence. Because man, it does take a bit of confidence to actually put yourself out there and like, hey, am I good enough to get a job from you?
There you go. Yeah.
Can I still do you see me as, able to still learn from you or, learn from anybody else or would I make a good addition to your team?
Right.
It's that type of thing because you do have to humble yourself and then kind of feel good enough to kind of put yourself out there and actually like, yeah, I can see myself working here. So yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing to actually watch the birds leave the nest fly.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And then it makes you feel like you did a good job.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that's facts. I can understand it. I understand both sides. I understand like, you know, you train somebody and then they want to transition on. Me as a shop owner and as a mentor, I would love for them to stay around, but if they want to, you know, move on, it's a part of it. It's a part of the industry. And kind of likes to, you know, go to other shops or maybe travel or they got other ideas, and that's fine too.
Yeah. If anything, it just increases like networking capabilities and stuff because you don't know who they're gonna come across or run into. And then that might extend to you. So,
Hmm.
it's just whole growth. Me, myself, I stayed at that shop for about like 5 years after 5 years,
Yeah.
my apprenticeship and everything. So, yeah, I stayed there for a while.
Did you do that as more like a loyalty thing, or you just felt like comfortable there, or?
Well, I was already growing. So I was like, might as well kind of stay here. I actually hadn't even thought about like leaving that
Yeah.
because I was like, it didn't even dawn.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, all right, I'm doing my thing. Let me just keep doing my thing. Like
Mhm.
I'm in the zone. I'm
Yeah.
not even
Yeah.
thinking about other shit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting it. Let me just keep doing this. So yeah.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, do you have any words of inspiration to anybody that's aspiring to be an artist?
Yes. Learn a lot of the fundamentals. If you're so focused on designing things, learn some of the fundamentals for art if you're trying to do it. That way it gives you some form of structure and knowledge. So when you're getting in somebody's face and you're talking about tattoos, you have some type of understanding to stand on when you're trying to talk to them and convince them that what they want is a bad idea.
Mm.
Or trying to justify like their first idea was good and you kind of think it's like, well, let's come back to this.
Right.
And just it helps to ask other people. Don't be afraid to talk to other people in the industry uh about your experience to kind of get their experience.
Mm.
Cause you'll be surprised with people if they know that you're in the same industry as them, what they'll share with you, that way you're not feeling so isolated. Because when you're doing like an apprenticeship, man, it can be lonely at times, but you have to understand like this is literally how it is. People have been doing it for a while. No one's trying to deliberately, put somebody down or anything like that. They're just trying to get you ready for what's to come the best they can. And people have different ways of doing it, man. So just, network with people, talk with people, do your own homework, basically.
Yeah.
Find out and get your shit together.
Right. I think that's the biggest thing is you got to do the homework. And even once you start your apprenticeship, a lot of that is on you.
Exactly. It's nobody else but you because you have to put in the work for it.
Yeah. Well, man, 2shawt, thank you so much for coming.
No problem. Man.
Therapy session, man. You got a lot of positive information, man. I really appreciate you coming in. I'll tell the listeners how they can find you.
Man, you can find me on Instagram at #2_SHAWT tattoos. Just 2shawt tattoos on IG, and my Facebook kind of long, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That one. But you can also find me at Lonely Star Tattoos. Shout out Lonely Star Tattoos and the great artists I work with. It's 6761 East Shelby Drive and Ross. Come holler at us, baby.
Yeah.
You want some Dixie Queen right next door? So
there you go. Yeah. Well, this is all about art and healing and the hustle. If you're interested in free game, be sure to subscribe. If you know anybody that needs some therapy, please share. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.